Hey everyone, what's going on out there? I'm back with another video, and today I'm going to be talking about my top favorite Crash Bandicoot games. And the first one, my, and the first one I'm going to talk about the first Crash Bandicoot game that I like is Crash Bandicoot Warp or Crash Bandicoot 3, which is what I call it. And the reason the reason why I like that game is because it was much easier. You know, the levels were much more obscured. You know, you had like new like items. New like everything in that game. You know, like a Wampa cannon launcher. You know, like an upgraded body slam that was not in the second game. You know, you had like a fast body slam. Like you had like a double jump or something, whatever that was called. In that game in Crash Bandicoot Warp. And then there's that one special ability where if you spin, you can do like a spin in the air, and it allows Crash to glide. It's almost like similar to Knuckles' glide in Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles, where he glides. You can climb up walls and stuff. You can do that in Crash Bandicoot. Well, I'm not saying you can climb walls in Crash Bandicoot 3. Like there's like an ability that allows him to glide. After you do the double jump. I forgot what that ability is called in Crash Bandicoot Warp. But yeah, the reason why I like that game is because, like I said before, the levels are much more obscured. Um, the bosses were less tedious. And some of them were a little bit more easier than they were in the previous game, especially Tiny Tiger. I'm so glad that in Crash Bandicoot 3, he's the first boss in the game. I'm so glad about that. Because, in Crash Bandicoot 2, he was actually the third boss in the game in Crash 2. But in 3, he's actually the first boss in the game. Tiny Tiger. And and like I said, the reason why I like that game is because you have new abilities. You got new abilities in that game. You got the I really like the like I said, I really like the motorcycle level. Where you're racing the other vehicles. Oh, that's what makes the game so fun. That's what makes the game so fun. They didn't have none of that in Crash Bandicoot 2, which is really really disappointing. And that's how and that's how games are nowadays. They don't put no effort into it, that's and you know, geez, I can't even say the word I'm looking for. Um, and it doesn't make the game fun at all. Which is really really stupid. But yeah, I really like the motorcycle level in Crash Bandicoot 3, and so that's all I'm going to be talking about. Well, well, okay, I guess that's going to be it for Crash Bandicoot Warp. My second favorite Crash Bandicoot game is Crash Tag Team Racing. Crash Tag Team Racing, man, like pretty good game, even though it was a racing game. But I really liked it because you know there was no there was no like enemies in the game, which I want. I mean, the only enemies that are only in the game are just the penguins, and and you can clash with other vehicles in that game because of course it's a racing game. You can in the races, you can clash with other vehicles. You can unlock like special like shortcuts and all that. You know, you know, and of course you pick up crystals, and of course you unlock other vehicles, you unlock costumes, you unlock, well, yeah, but yeah, that's the reason why I like that game because there's so much. There's no enemy. The only enemies that are only in the game are just the penguins. There's no nitros, there's no TNTs, there's nothing, and that's what I want because I don't want anything absolutely that's absolutely narcissist in the game. That's absolutely stupid in the game because it just ruins the fun. But yeah, like that's and like I said before, I had Crash Bandicoot. I had Crash Tag Team Racing on the PlayStation Portable a long time ago. I'm talking about like in geez, I don't even know what year it was when I first got that game on PlayStation Portable. Probably like in 2000 like 2000 like because the game came out in 2005. You know, on the PS2 and the PlayStation Portable. But I think I had that game like in 2008 or 2009 when I got that game for PlayStation Portable. But I got it for PlayStation 2, and it's actually pretty good. I still have it for PS2. Like I said, I had it on PSP, but I don't have it anymore because I don't know where the game is. Well, pretty much the game is gone anyway, and so is my PSP because my PSP I gave it away to my cousin, and now I just have the PlayStation Vita, which I'm fine with it because I really like the PlayStation Vita anyway. Because you can touch the screen. You can't do that on the PSP, which is really really disappointing. And my third favorite Crash Bandicoot game is, or my third and least favorite Crash Bandicoot game is Crash Bandicoot 2. And the reason why I say it's my least favorite is because, well, actually, it's because there was no fun in the game, to be honest. Like, I'm not trying to be rude or anything. There was no fun. There was no, you know, they didn't have any of that in the second game. There was no fun in it, fun in the game. Most of the levels were hard. And so were the bosses and all that. But yeah, like, and that's why I say I just like three. Three was much more better. It was much fun. I had much fun. It was much more fun and much more better to play. And my fourth and last one is going to be Crash Nitro Kart. Of course, I have that game on PS2. It's a pretty good game. It's another racing game. But like I said, I'm not going to go into too much detail about it. But still, it's a pretty good racing game. But I think that's going to be it for my top favorite Crash Bandicoot games. All right, let me get off here because I don't want to be on here too long. I don't want to hold up the recording. So, hope y'all stay safe and have a wonderful 4th of July. Peace.